Okay, no one's here right now, but before anyone gets back, I just want to make a really good point that I made when my mom was here earlier. Uh, I said Christianity is pretty much hypnotism. It is. Um, lots of psychologists talk about it being brainwashing in a way because it is, and I want to explain how. The thing is, when you give someone alcohol, their frontal lobe is slightly it's their decision making and their thinking. And even if you don't give them alcohol, here's a brainwashing technique that I have learned that I don't like doing because I have too much of a guilty conscience if I try to do it and I mess up. You pretty much by the way, look for this in comedians. Comedians and talk show hosts do this. Especially that douchebag with the glasses and the pointy nose. I don't know his name. But he's a talk show host, a late night. Douchebag, pointy nose, glasses, British accent, kind of. I think it's British. What all of them do is you make a joke, then you tell the serious point that you want to get across when everyone's happy, and then you tell another joke. And then you give a serious point, and then you make a joke after. Believe it or not, I used to do this in 4th grade. And I didn't even know I was doing this. And it made me a lot of friends. And everyone told me I should be a comedian when I was in 4th grade. But I didn't know about this until I was 22. This technique that pastors use in church. For one thing, they're giving you wine when you come in. And of course, the kids aren't getting wine and the youth aren't getting wine. Actually, I don't know. They might be. The youth aren't getting wine. So, it's not just the wine, but ex-alcoholics go to church. And then I just find it so funny that they're going, it's like they're just buying alcohol. They're donating like $1 or they're going for free and they're getting alcohol in the morning. But some dumb people say like, oh, it's wine. It's not as bad as alcohol. It's still alcohol. And you can say as much as you want that it's not alcohol, but it's still alcohol. No matter what, it will be alcohol. So anyways, what I've noticed from every time I go to church, because I used to go to church when I was younger, and when I was trying to get with this chick named Mary, I'm not even afraid to say that, I wanted to get with her, and I went to this church who really fucking hated Jewish people. But what they did was, see, every church has different beliefs. They never use the same beliefs of the Bible. They always have, because it's always by a different person. This dude, when I went to Mary's church, was like, I went to prison, and then I became a pastor, and then the Lord saved me. And then he was telling, see, what you do is you tenderize the audience. You make the audience love you by telling them sob stories of how great you are and how many people you've helped. Then you tell them a joke to pretty much mess with their physiology. I can't say that word. Mess with them. Make their emotions go, oh, and then make their emotions laugh, and then get your point across. That's where the brainwashing comes in. I could make a few jokes, then tell you great things I've accomplished in the hard struggles. And the people would go, oh, it's letting your guard down. You're making them let their guard down, and then you're telling them something from a book that never happened. It was just a storybook that some guy wrote, and dozens of other people have written it different ways. And Really, I could get Dr. Seuss and make a church on Dr. Seuss. Because that's really what Christianity and all the religions do. They get a story and then they overblow it. And then everyone fights and argues over it. Just like the internet. How people argue over the internet. It's just people arguing, starting wars over stupid shit. But back to the point. People argue because the stories are different. And if we would stop just fucking brainwashing people, because there's a thing in NLP called it's called not unbrainwashing. It's called not rewiring. Oh fuck, I forgot the name. There's a thing in NLP where you rewire someone to not be Christian anymore, and it works. It's pretty much unbrainwashing them, and it exists. You do certain things to their brain to unbrainwash them. Because seriously, and you don't have to believe this, you can if you want, but people, you are being brainwashed when you go to church. Look for this. Be observant. When you go to church, even if you don't go just to see if you see this. The pastor will always make a joke or make a giggle or say something that will inspire you, and then they'll say a phrase from the Bible. Then they'll say a phrase from the Bible. That's so you let your guard down and that information goes into your head. Because you'll be, oh, really? Instead of just saying, well, did you know this happened in the book? And everyone's like, yeah, right, dumbass. You got to tenderize the audience first before you cook the meat and then you eat it. You got to tenderize the people. And manipulative people do this too. Pastors are manipulative people. Just to let you know that. Pastors are very manipulative. When I dated that one girl, I won't say her name, and yeah, I went to her church, and I seemed to date church girls for some reason. I don't know why. Her church wasn't really even a fucking church. They didn't really even go over the Bible very much. It was just a church. See, what you can do is you can pretty much open a church legally, and you don't get taxed for it, and you can ask for donations. So pretty much you can just have a building where you read a little bit of the Bible and get money from people. So there was a guy in there that was playing rock and roll and guitar, and then a little bit, a guy came up and started talking. What you do is you pause while you talk. I was talking to this girl on the suicide line. And she was going to kill herself. My grandma does it. She does the pause to make everything dramatic. And I talked her out of it. And everyone in the audience is like, oh, because Jesus. That's when you force Jesus on everyone once you've tenderized them. Because Jesus saved her life. Or maybe, fucker, you did. You talked her out of doing it. It was you. But you know what? You want them to join your church so they'll donate money to you. Because that's what you care about. Because in the Bible, I even know this, it says God is everywhere. If God was everywhere, then you could pray wherever you are. You don't need a fucking building to have wine and crackers and donate money to. That is for profit. This whole world runs on money. And if you think it doesn't, you don't know anything about this world. Honestly, you don't. So, what have we learned today? Next time you go to church, see if they tenderize you before they tell you Jesus things. Just see if they tenderize you first. And the most reasons that people go to church is because they've either fucked up in their life, they have no reason to live anymore, or, yeah, those two reasons. Or someone did something really bad to them in their life, and now they need someone to make them feel better. Instead of just fucking going to psychiatry, that's their psychiatry. And some people need it. But you know what? Don't say faith helps you. Faith is yourself helping you. God is just a middleman. Church is a middleman. You're actually just helping yourself. You see this? I'm helping myself right now. These are subliminal messages. Where's this? That are playing. They're telling me you're confident, you're good with money, everything. You can do all this confident shit without going to church. And some dude telling you jokes, making you feel all, oh, and then telling you Jesus is the only way. Jesus will make you feel better. Now give us $5, please. My grandma, I've seen her donate like $100 a day to the church. You know how much money that's wasting that you could invest, you could buy food with. People are wasting money at churches. Yeah. So, if you didn't know that, now you know that. And it's an NLP technique. It is an NLP technique. You think the Pope went to college, and he might have, but all the Pope has to do, he makes so much cash. So much. By just waving to a bunch of people. Hi, I'm the Pope. Back to the Pope-mobile. And that's all he does. And he gets money for that. Because religious people are ignorant. They want to feel good. So they believe in an invisible man. Instead of just saying, oh, this faith, it's me. I'm helping myself on my own. But no. Okay, I'm done. This topic that irritates me.